Well, cheers, I do buckaroos. How the heck are you? So I just finished a podcast with a couple of friends, Jersey Johnny and the Beer Samurai, for a new podcast show called And a Chaser. So they hit me yesterday with a theme, and it was about using nuts in a cocktail. And I didn't want to go out and buy anything new, so I wanted to work with some ingredients I had. So I got clever with a few different items, but I want to show you a couple here that I went with two products from Tiaki Da, if you will. Starting with their Oba Pearl Date Brandy. So two whiskeys, two cocktails, one simple syrup. So that's the common denominator here. The only thing different in these two these two or are the different whiskeys or the different spirits, because the first one isn't a whiskey. It's the Oba Pearl Date Brandy at 80 proof from Tiaki Da. So the first cocktail uses 2 ounces of the Oba Pearl Date Brandy, 1 ounce of the simple syrup, the common denominator in both cocktails. And then, well, I guess there is another common denominator in both cocktails, the toasted almond bitters. So 2 ounces of the brandy, 1 ounce of the simple syrup. So the simple syrup is almond coconut simple syrup. So I use shaved unsweetened coconut. I used raw sliced almonds. And of course, equal parts sugar to hot water. In this case, I used a raw sugar because you get a much cleaner product than using, your typical granulated sugar. Oh my God, that's delicious. I freely give the folks at Tiaki Da permission to steal this because I wish they would. This is delicious. Please use it. Trust me, you won't be sorry. No, again, it's 2 ounces of the whiskey, but that simple syrup, man, this might be. I've been kind of obsessed lately over making simple syrups and then buying the appropriate bitters to go with the products. And this simple syrup hit me last night when they wanted to do this nut show. So again, I used the almonds and the coconut. I knew I had the raw shaved coconut or the unsweetened shaved coconut. But boy, that simple syrup is just delicious. The only thing I may do different next time, and I'm considering, is adding a little vanilla to it. Just add those creamy notes. Yeah. But boy, those flavors are just freaking perfect. That is gorgeous, man. So the second cocktail, again, the only difference is the whiskey. And the second cocktail is again the Tiaki Da. This is our hinterland. I used the rest of it. I had about 2.5 ounces left. So this I typically do about 2 ounces, but I used all 2.5 because there was no point saving that little bit. This is our hinterland. This is a 92 proof hinterland, not the cask. The 92 proof bourbon whiskey finished in maple barrel. So in this case, I've got the maple with the almond and coconut. So I'm going to finish up the date first. So this Oba Pearl Brandy, this date brandy, is really nice and it's beautiful, neat. I want to say, I've got a friend that drinks it primarily on the rocks, but I don't need it cold. It's good as it is, but I want to try it in this cocktail. And I've got to serve straight up, which means I have it chilled, but I didn't leave any ice in the glass. You can serve this as an old fashioned if you like. I just don't like ice in my drink for the most part. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, I prefer a straight up cocktail. Oh man, that's delicious. That's just beautiful, man. As always, if you have any questions or comments, put it up there. I will answer almost anything unless you're being a gigantic asshat, in which case I'm not going to give you a platform to be a douchebag. You know who you are. Anyways, launch it. Man, that was good. That's really good, man. Those coconut notes. Yeah, the only thing I can think to add would be vanilla, but then I'm going back and forth. I don't know if I want to add that because it may bring, I don't know. It is so perfect the way it is. Part of me wants to try the vanilla just to see, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to finish this particular cocktail up so I can move to the next one. Slunch it. I didn't mention the garnish. For those of you that aren't sure what that is, coconut strip. Oh, I forgot to turn that timer off here. Let me show you. The coconut strips, a lightly sweet. So the coconut I use for the simple syrup is unsweet, but these coconut strips, it says, are slightly sweet from Trader Joe's. Let me show you. That's what I use for the garnish here. Okay, cocktail number 2, using that Hinterland. Like I said, everything else is the same. The only difference is, hey, Vanessa, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, man. Oh, this cocktail, the whiskey itself is 92 proof, and you never know that, especially with these other ingredients here. But that maple, this is a maple barrel finished bourbon. That maple plays so well with the almond and coconut. It's almost criminal. Oh my God, that is just so gorgeous. It's like a syrup. You could put this over pancakes as is. Oh my God, it's freaking beautiful. The folks at Tiaki Da should want to steal this as a cocktail. It really is that good, man. Oh, one of your guys can take credit for it. What do I need credit for? We'll all know it came from me, but maple's always good. I have a bottle of maple cast rum. Oh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, let me show you this bottle. Vanessa, I just used the last of it. This is from Tiaki Da, which is a local distillery to me here in Springfield, Missouri. Sister companies with Springfield Brewing Company. Bourbon whiskey finished in maple syrup barrels at 92 proof. Let me give you a good look at that bottle. Show you the back there in case you want to pause that frame and read that. Oh man, this stuff is just gorgeous. And again, the garnish is coconut strip. I'll show you that one more time. Coconut strip. I didn't make the coconut work the pole. That coconut did work the pole. It stripped voluntarily. Anyways, I digress. But I digress, man. Well, I see all of us made it through the eclipse. Some of the far right crazy ass thought we were gonna have a rapture. Quite frankly, I was hoping they were right. Unfortunately, everybody's still here. Seismic events such as an earthquake, astronomical events such as an eclipse. These aren't signs, folks. These are naturally recurring. They're not signs from God or anybody. It's not a sign of anything going to happen now or ever. These things have been happening since the beginning of time. Moon Shadow, there you go. I did a few moon themed cocktails for the eclipse, using some moonshine. I did a Moontini, a Moonhattan, that an old moon fashion, which that name didn't roll off my tongue as well as the other two. It does crack me up though when I hear that. What's a sign? A sign of what? A sign from a who? An earthquake is seismic activity, the shifting of tectonic plates. No, it's not a sign from any other being. An eclipse is not a sign from any being. It is. These are things that happen. Oh, coffee pecan moonshine, actually. Oh, very nice, very nice. I used I had a moonshine product out of Oklahoma from Hochatown, it's a corn whiskey. So I did a Moontini, which I used this particular whiskey, a little bit of dry vermouth, and then an orange and lemon peel. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, is it not? Yeah. How many times does the moon spin around the sun in 4 billion years? Yeah. And here we are. Sometimes it feels like we have a group of people that want to steer us to the dark ages again. We've got flat earth people. Got people that will deny any science, that will deny any facts and logic presented to them, like they intentionally want us to go to the dark ages. Lord have mercy. Anyways, I went Eli Wallach from the holiday on you. Anyways, how would you help me? Anyway, I digress. Mercy, Percy, I better wrap this up. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. I'm going to move my garnish there because it keeps getting in the way. I'm Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, whiskey evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. I'm going to read Vanessa's last comment here, posted up on the screen. Nature has a history of weeding those types from existence without any help from us. Yes, it does. But quite frankly, I've come to the point of I think the next person that claims there's going to be a rapture and it doesn't happen should be publicly flogged, because there needs to be punishment for getting my hopes up. Anyway. Thanks. I'm going to skip to the end one more time. All around good guys. Logic.